Hello, wait.
You're
Hello.
live.
Yep.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations with me, Madison. Candid Conversations is sponsored by Trophy of Life. It's a nonprofit organization where we offer hope and encouragement to the world. So, for our topic today, it'll be the power of your yes. And our guest today is Joshua Evans. Before we get started, don't forget to like, tag, and share. And after, don't forget to go over to our YouTube channel if you want to rewatch or just to share with a friend. I want to say a quick word of prayer and then we can begin. Okay. Dear God, thank you for just waking us up this morning and starting us on our way. Thank you for allowing us to be here awake and alive to share this message. I ask that you would allow it to reach the right audience and so it can get to the people who need to hear it and the people who may be struggling to say yes. And allow this to be a learning curve or a learning moment for all of us. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen. Okay. Hi, Joshua. So how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really excited for our conversation. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what school do you go to? What hobbies do you like to do? Like, what do you do in your free time? Things like that. Just tell me a little about bit about yourself.
All right, everyone. So my name is Joshua. I'm 16 years old. I'm currently homeschooled right now, and so my hobbies and some of my talents are, writing. I draw. I'm an author. Um, I'm currently focused on trying to get into digital art and become an animator. I'm a gamer, content creator. I like to do a lot of things that's, productive.
Nice. So, did you used to be in school or have you been homeschooled all of your like all the time you've been in school?
No, I've been in school. Last year I was in school, but this
Okay.
year I've been homeschooled so far.
Do you think it's a difference like from being homeschooled versus being in school and like has your social life changed or things like that?
I would say like social life definitely changed, and I realize now that it's just me most of the time, so I really had to stay focused to what I do.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, well, can you tell us what the power of your yes means to you personally?
The power of your yes. Okay, wow. Um, the power of your yes. Yes, I would say is a very strong word. Cause yes, you're saying yes, that means you're giving whatever you're saying yes to access in your life.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Just like if you were to say no, you are denying access to whatever you're saying no to.
Yeah. I think that also could mean if we're talking about saying yes to God, um you're saying yes to your purpose. You're accepting what God has for you. And I think that's like going into the first steps of your purpose, you know? Yeah.
Hmm.
Can you share a time when you felt called to say yes to God or when you felt that you just in general a time when you said yes to God?
Time when I say yes to God, hmm, I would say when I first started my career of back when I was young, I would say when I started writing my first book was when I would say I said my first yes to God
Oh
because
wow.
yeah, that was a mo because back then I wasn't expecting to, start writing books. I was just
Uh-huh.
writing just for fun.
So
So,
what can you share or tell us a little bit about like your book or like your writing part? Like I'm interested to hear that.
so I currently have a couple of books out online right now.
Oh wow.
Um, two of them is a series called The Cousins Kids. I'm sure many of y'all heard about that one. I have a comic series out called The Spike Trio right now.
Wow.
I have a lot of stuff on my hands, so I haven't really had a lot of time to, hit that. I'm working on another series right now at the moment, so
Where are they? Are they like available to purchase or things like that?
They're available on Amazon.
Oh wow.
I think it's available on Walmart. And the Spike Trio is a comic that's on Webtoon right now.
Mm.
So
So in your comic books or in your books in general, what do you talk about in the books?
most of my books and comics are about like family togetherness.
Uh,
Because I'm an only child, so me
yeah.
writing about family and people, siblings, it's an experience that I didn't get to experience
Mhm.
back when I was young, but it's good to at least like see that for yourself.
Yeah. So you said that you felt called to say yes to God, or you felt that you were saying yes to God by writing your books, right?
Yes, I believe that was one time. There
Yeah.
was many other times I said yes to God, but that I would think that's like one of the very first times where I was called to my purpose.
Yeah. So what motivated you to respond? What was like, okay, yes, like just gave you that adrenaline? Like what motivated you to respond to God?
Definitely my mother, because
Uh,
if anything, she was part of the inspiration that made me wanted to start creating stories. Because I used to like write on paper a lot, but I've transferred into the digital world because technology's taking over.
yeah.
So I focused a lot more on world building digitally,
Uh-huh.
narrative design digitally, but I would believe
Really cool.
the work that I did on paper that was preparing me for what I'm doing now. I'm actually focused on making like world building and creating like story Bibles, like a freelance job too.
Wow. That is really cool. That's really cool. A time I felt that I was saying yes to God, I honestly feel like by doing candid conversations, I'm saying yes to God. And by Miss Portia offering me this wonderful opportunity, it's led me to be able to do other things and for me to be able to see and experience other things. Like I'll share. So Miss Portia asked me to do candid conversations about like the end of last year. Um, I told her I would pray about it. So I was in chapel one day. Um, and I knew that I was like, because after she had called me and told me what it was about, what we're going to do, I was thinking like this would allow me to be more of a leader. And I feel like the Bible calls us to be a light and oftentimes a word of darkness. And so in chapel, that's what we were talking about, being a light in a world of darkness oftentimes. Like being in the world but not of the world. And I feel like by candid conversations, that's what I would be doing. After my like we call the people who lead our chapel at my school, we call them like our spiritual counselors. After he said that, I just got this woo-saw moment. Like a moment of like, I can't even really put into words how to describe what I felt, but I just felt like I like my mind went back to the conversation I had with Miss Portia about doing about doing the podcast, and I just felt this woosah moment. Like it was all for a reason. It's right. I'm supposed to do it. I just felt all of that at one time. And that's where I am now. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. It's led me, like I said, to multiple other different things and other things I've gotten to experience. So I'm just really grateful. And that's a time when I felt called to say yes to God, or when I am saying yes to God. What role does prayer play in helping you say yes to God? What do you think about prayer playing a role?
Prayer, prayer and is probably I would say the most important thing with your walk with God, not just saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer is a way that we can say yes to God. Just saying yes to like staying on his path and staying on the road that he has for you. Like he wants us to pray with them like every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes we like to live in our own worlds. I myself am guilty too, but
Yeah.
prayer prayer is a way of saying yes. I will say like that's another way we can say yes to God by telling him, "Hey, I'm going to involve you in my day today."
hmm I going back to how I said yes to God when I was in that it was so after I'll go back to what I was just saying talking about our we always pray during chapel, and so after we said that, after my spiritual counselor was like, okay, like talking about being in the world but not of the world, and being a light and oftentimes a word of darkness, we were praying, and that's when I felt that. And I also feel like the reason I said I want to pray about it is because I feel like there are certain things in your life that may not always be from God, and you have to make sure that it is. You have to make sure that it aligns with his will, and that it aligns with what he has for you to do. And you have to make sure of that. And I feel like you should seek him first in everything. I don't do it all the time. I don't pray all the time. I should. I don't. I'm guilty of that too. I don't always do that. Sometimes I do go my own way, but that's why it's important. You have to make sure it aligns with his will. It aligns with what he has for you. Because if it doesn't, you're not fulfilling. It's something else waiting for you that you're supposed to be doing, but you're over here doing this. That's distracting you from what you're really supposed to do. Yeah.
Right.
Um what benefits have you experienced in your life as a result of saying yes to God?
Benefits, a lot of stress has left my life saying yes to God. A lot of pain and anxiety has left with me saying yes to God, and I feel more purpose led. I feel
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know what I'm doing. It's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah. For me, like I said about opportunities and new doors that have been opened for me, I'll just share that real quick. So Dr. Vicki Johnson, because I said yes to Candid Conversations, she offered me the opportunity to be on her radio show. So we went to a radio station in DC. She interviewed me. I was able to promote and just talk about my podcast. Um, it was amazing. It was, and I was surrounded by Emmy award winning producers. I got to meet some of them and see who's behind like production and things like that. And it's like I've been able to see things and experience things all because I said yes to Miss Portia, and I said yes to God. This is what I've been able to see because I did with Dr. Vicki Johnson, because I did the radio station, the radio interview. She asked me to host her girls conference, MC her girls conference last weekend. So I was able to do that. The theme was the power of I am. We got to hear from multiple different speakers, and it was a really fun time. And again, I got to hear different things. I got to learn and I got to grow. It was a real learning curve and a growth moment for me. So like I would encourage, like, saying yes is important though, because of one yes that can lead to multiple other opportunities, multiple other people being impacted, and like multiple other people that having a lasting impact on multiple other people. um and why not be a blessing to somebody else?
Mm.
Yeah. What challenges or doubts did you face when considering whether to say yes to God?
Or whether to consider following every day, I would say. Challenges, I would say distractions, temptations, anxieties,
Mm,
doubts in my faith. I've been going through that lately.
no.
Um, Asking myself questions. Matter of fact, I wouldn't say doubts. I would say just asking myself questions because I'm constantly thinking. I'm always thinking about, you know, the deeper part of the subject. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been having those mental conversations with myself lately about my faith. And so I wouldn't say it's completely bad, but it's definitely something to look out for. And then I would say people in my life, um, because I feel like I had some people I just didn't want to, connect with no more
Mm-hmm.
for personal reasons. So I would say just stand focus on me, myself, and then still community is still important because
Yeah.
it's important that we stay together, but it's just certain people. I'm just deciding to just break it up, I guess.
Yeah. And when you're trying to better yourself and strengthen your relationship with God and focus on what you need to do, it's just certain things, habits, and people you have to let go. And that's something that I've come to realize, especially in the fifth grade. That's something that I had to learn who my friends were. And I learned who was really there for me and who really supported me. And this also goes back. I say this every time. I've said this every time I'm on my podcast, but it's important to surround yourself with people who uplift you, with people who support you and things like that. Um, I know when I was saying yes to Miss Portia, or in the process of saying yes, I was nervous about what people would think if I said yes. I am, at the time I was 12, I'm now 13, but I was worried about, like, not many 12, 13-year-olds do things like this. They don't do podcasts, like they don't really, or at least I don't know any 12 or 13-year-olds who normally do things like this. So I was nervous about, what are my friends going to think? What are my peers going to think? Like, am I going to be labeled as a goody two shoes? Like, what's going to happen? What are people going to think of me? But I also thought about, what do these people hold? What power do they hold over me? You know
Right.
what I mean? Who They don't have any authority over me. God does. And why am I more worried about the opinions of man, and not the opinion of God and what God has for me? And I feel like that's what I was more worried about. And I've come to learn, don't let the people scare you. Don't fear the people, fear God. And he should be the most important voice. And that's something that I've come to learn. And I'm still learning to this day. I was gonna ask, like, has your circle of friends changed since you said yes?
Not as much. I would say it depends on what you mean by like saying yes, like a
Like,
different
call like
person.
when you said yes to, say, your friends see you being an author, becoming an author. They see you writing, and they see how you are succeeding. Have they, like, have your circle of friends changed because of that?
I'm gonna be completely honest. There's some people I have kept in my life for a long time since, because I became saved when I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like, shoot, I don't even know. My mom had me saved when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm walking with God, as I'm deepening my relationship, I'm making friends with different types of people. So
Yeah.
when you say is my friendship changed with different people, I've been doing a lot of cutting out a lot of people lately, and I
Yeah.
don't know which ones. I don't know if God's confirming that I removed the right ones, or I should keep this type of friend and then get rid of this type of friend. I don't know. I'm waiting for like any signs, maybe any signs that God has that's like, okay, maybe you should keep this person in your life, or maybe you should get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I'm going off of pure instinct and just people that I don't think is going to be any benefit to my life or my relationship with God.
Yeah.
I gotta cut ties because
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. When you're trying to better yourself, strengthen your relationship with God, it's certain people you have to let go. And at times, I know for me, it was difficult. It was hard, especially when you felt like, oh, we're locked in. This is my person. And I know for me, it was jealousy. I started to succeed and better myself, and I realized how the people I thought were my friends were truly my biggest enemies. Almost, they were jealous of me. They showed me hate, but I didn't know it, but I came to realize it. And I'm grateful now that I'm surrounded by again, friends who uplift me and support me. I know when I said yes, or when I said yes to Miss Portia about doing the podcast and doing Candid Conversations, um, the day after, I called her and told her yes. I went to school and I was at lunch and I said, guys, I'm doing a podcast. This wonderful lady at my church, she has asked me to do it. I said yes. Like, I'm nervous. They were like, really? Like, they were supportive, and I was really nervous about how they were gonna react. They were really supportive. They're like, where can we watch it? Where, like, what are you gonna be on? And I was like, YouTube and Facebook Live. They were like, Madison's gonna be on YouTube. Like, wow. Like, they were supportive of me. They were uplifting me. And that just made all the difference because I was nervous, but they were the ones hyping me up and telling me how great of a job, how great it was gonna be, how great of a job I was gonna do. And it makes a difference because it's one thing for you to be confident within yourself, but seeing other people be proud of you is different. And it's just a different type of feeling. Um, do you think saying yes has changed your relationship with God? If so, could you share how it has changed?
I would say I've been saying yes to God since lately. I'm starting to change how I work, change how I spend my time. I would say I should probably like spend quiet time with God because I'm
Mm-hmm.
look like listen, I'm staying locked in. I'm doing my own work. I am getting stuff done.
Yeah.
But, working too hard is also considered like bad, especially on days where you're supposed to rest like the Sabbath and all that. But
Mm,
um I would say has it changed? I say it definitely has improved since I've been saying yes to God and moving in my purpose in my life. So,
that's good. That's good. I would say for me, I think that I'm learning. I'm learning a lot, and because of the people that I have around me, um, powerful, wise women like Dr. Vicky, my mom, even Miss Portia, and looking at them and learning from them, I feel like that has helped me to know God more and to, like, you know what I mean? And it's definitely still a lot of learning I have to do. But I, again, like, I'm saying it a lot, but it's really important, and I love talking about it because it's like you have to surround yourself with the right people. If they're not helping you get closer to God or to be the person you want to be in life, they're not beneficial for you. And I'm just grateful that I have these friends and these wise women around me to help me know God more and to help me learn about God more. Um, and even at my school, I go to Rosedale Christian Academy. Um, they've, like, a lot of my teachers have helped me, um, and just it's really helped me shape and strengthen my relationship with God. Like I said, I still have a lot of learning to do, but being in the atmosphere of that and around those types of people has definitely helped me. Um, yeah, I hope that makes sense. It's, yeah, definitely helped me.
mm,
Yeah. Um, do you think that your yes or lack of a yes can impact others?
that's a good question.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. A lot of people don't believe that. Yes, it impacts the people I think it impacts the most are your parents because you came from them, so you have to pass on what they started. So
Yeah.
what they started, you have to finish that. And so that's why I believe a lot I feel for a lot of these parents because some of the youth um I feel I feel some of the youth is getting closer to God. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
this is a breakthrough in the kingdom of God. But
Yeah.
like I said, for some people, it's still a lot of souls that need to be saved. That's why I said like a lot of purposes have not been fulfilled in our lives. So I would say a lot of kids definitely need to come to Christ. A lot of kids need to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff I've seen on social media lately is man, the youth needs God.
Yeah,
It's a breakthrough, but I still believe a lot of the youth like they need it. They need it like now more than ever.
definitely. Um, I think yes too. Because it's when God uses you, it's important. It's to bless other people as well. It's not just for you and for your benefit. Number one, it's for God, and so He can be glorified. But it's also for your brothers and sisters in Christ, like iron sharpening iron. And I think when there's a lack of a yes, there are people who like they miss their blessing. Someone else is missing your blessing because of your response, or someone else gets to miss out because of something that you did not say. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I hope it's making sense, but
It's making sense.
yeah, like that's what you do affects like the body of Christ, if you know what I mean. Like, hope, yeah. I hope it's making sense.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
making sense. You got it.
But what would you say to those struggling to say yes?
I would say this first. Don't think about it. Don't think about it too much. It's a lot of people. It's not like they don't want to say yes to God. They're just a lot of them are overthinking it. They're overthinking what's going to happen to them. They're overthinking what people are going to think.
Yeah.
And I would say, see, look at your future. Look at the way your life's going, and then look at what God says. If you don't hear a voice from God and you think your future is not looking good, look towards Him. And even if your future, even if what you're doing, even if it looks good, I would say still go to God because we can't live our lives being comfortable or being
Right.
normal with people and all that.
I think the purpose of our purpose is to take us out of our comfort zone and to stretch us. And I feel like again with me and Candid Conversations, that's what this is doing. I always get very nervous before. This is definitely taking me out of my comfort zone. Like before this year, I have never done anything like this. I've never, yeah, I've never done anything like this. Hosted, and had other people come on and talk about different things like our youth are going through. Like I've never done that. And I feel like I said, the purpose of our purpose is to stretch us and to bring us out of our comfort zone so that God can use you. And so you can be again a blessing to someone else. So you can help someone else. So iron can sharpen iron. Yeah, this was a great conversation.
Yeah, it
Great
was.
conversation. Well, that is all for us today. That's all we have for you all today. Thank you all for tuning in with us. Thank you, Joshua, for being my guest. I enjoyed our conversation. This was a good
Thank you.
conversation.
Yeah, this was nice. I like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Thank you all. Thank you all. But before you all go, don't forget to like, tag, and share. You can find all of our episodes of Candid Conversations on our YouTube channel, Portia Wheatley, Trophy of Life. Um, Please like, tag, and share. We want this to reach as many people as possible, given that this is our last episode of Candid Conversations for 2025. But stay tuned for more episodes in 2026. But until then, keep it cute and keep it candid. Bye.